Nothing to be had there. Hey!
Trouble? Damn. I don't know where they're all hiding. You kill one, and shortly afterwards they're all back again. Wait a moment. I know you. You're the fellow who was constantly baking arrows for me in the Valley of Mines.
I can barely remember.
Oh, come on. Back then, in my hut outside the old camp, I taught you how to shoot a bow and how to sneak around. Ring a bell?
Your name is Cavalorn, right?
Ah, I see you haven't forgotten me after all we went through in the cursed colony. Where are you heading?
To the city.
Well, well. To the city, eh? You may run into problems with the guards. They aren't letting just anyone in anymore, since the area here is swarming with bandits. In the past few days, one of those former psionics from the Valley of Mines came by here. He said he constantly goes in and out of Corinus. He went into the valley below the big tower. There must be a way in there somewhere near the waterfall. Maybe you should talk to the fellow.
Interesting armor you're wearing. Don't you belong to the Shadows anymore?
Shadows? They haven't existed since the fall of the barrier. The moment we could finally leave the Valley of Mines, there was no reason for me to stick with them. Now I work for the water mages. I belong to the Ring of Water.
What are you doing here?
I'm sitting tight. If it hadn't been for these damn bandits, I wouldn't be here.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
I'm not really allowed to talk about it. All I can do is send you to Vatras. He is the representative of the water mages in Corinus. The best thing would be to talk to him. Tell him you've come from me. Maybe he'll take you on as one of us. We urgently need more good people.
Weren't you and your people enemies of the water mages back then?
Those crazy old days are over. There isn't any more new camp or old camp. Now that the penal colony no longer exists, everyone is on his own. Most of us former prisoners are still being hunted. The water mages were able to get my sentence commuted, and now I can move about freely.
What are the water mages doing now?
They're up to something big. It has to do with an unknown region of the island.
An unknown region? Where is it supposed to be?
I can't tell you more. Talk to Vatras in Corinus.
What was that about bandits?
Have you slept through the last few weeks?
Huh?
I'm talking about all the riffraff from the penal colony that are making themselves at home here in the area, plundering and murdering for all they're worth. I guess I'm lucky they didn't kill me. I let down my guard for one moment, and they clubbed me from behind. No idea how I'll get all my stuff back now.
You were robbed by the bandits?
Yes. They beat me down and tossed me to the goblins for lunch. It was damned important stuff. A letter and all my money. I absolutely have to get it back. But without someone to watch my back, I'm not going back there. That cowardly rabble.
Can I help you with the bandits?
Maybe. But as scrawny as you look, you surely haven't held a proper sword in your hand for weeks. Well, I don't have any choice but to take your offer. My time is running out. So, pay attention. Down this path here, you'll find one of those filthy holes in the ground that bandits like to hide in. The fellows there are the same ones who stole my stuff. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll nab the rabble.
I need better equipment.
Those swine haven't left me much. I can give you a wolf knife. Will that do for now?
You call that a knife? But what about healing?
I still have 2 healing potions here. Interested?
Sure, give them here. Let's mix it up with those guys.
Sure thing. Just keep my back clear, okay? Now, they're in for a nasty surprise.
You're in for it now.
You deserve that, lowlife.
You shouldn't have come here!
You deserve that, lowlife. So, that's done. Ha! They shouldn't have messed with me. Then I can finally fulfill my mission. I've lost too much time already.
What sort of mission?
Yeah. First I have to get into the city, and then later... I don't know how I'm going to get all that done in time.
What about me?
Why not? You could take the letter into the city. Then I'll have a bit more time to take care of my equipment. One of the bandits must have the letter in his pocket. Take it to Vatras, the water mage in the city. You'll find him in the Temple of Adanos. He preaches there all day. Tell him that I wasn't able to get it done. And if he asks where I am, just tell him I'm already on my way to the meeting point. Okay? Oh yeah, one more thing. First buy some decent clothes from the farmers. Otherwise, you may be taken for a bandit. Here's a couple of coins.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. You know that. Man, they really took a lot out of you. You can't remember anything at all, can you?
I want to learn your abilities.
Sure. What do you want to know? Come back when you have more experience.
I'll never get this open without the right key. Nothing to be had there.
one less monster around.
Wait a minute.
Who do we have here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
What do you want for your pass?
I knew you were the right man. Listen, you will get the pass from me, now.
Just like that?
Just so. But if I meet you in the city, you owe me a favor. Do we have a deal?
Sure. Give me that paper.
Here, be careful with that. It is very valuable. One more thing. Don't even think about breaking your word. As a merchant, I have a great deal of influence in the city, and it wouldn't go well for you, believe me.
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
I won't let myself be used by anybody, neither the king nor Fat Onar. I fight only for myself.
And how goes the work?
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can tell me about the city?
Nope. But Maleth goes to the city from time to time. Maybe he knows something. I mean, something that would interest you.
Is there any interesting news?
I could have sworn I saw an orc over there on the edge of the woods 2 days ago. Since then, I've kept at least one eye open at night.
Hey, you!
Why are you hanging around on my land? Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
I don't understand.
What? Don't mess with me, boy. I want to know where you stand. So who are you for?
I'm for the peasants.
Ha! That damned warmonger Onar'll drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what Onar has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Corinus, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Onar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice, but I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and Onar sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. And that's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farmhand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field, and there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
I need some sensible clothes.
I can give you clean farmer's work clothes. Can you pay for them then?
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. 70 gold pieces.
Well, that's still too expensive.
Well, suit yourself.
Hey! Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house. Tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
Make me a better price for the togs.
Good. I'll give them to you for 10 gold pieces less.
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. You work the field for me? 60 gold pieces.
Give me the work clothes then.
There's a chest in my house where you'll find cleaned things. But don't even think about taking anything else without asking.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't. You can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
Hey! I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Hey, you! Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
Can you give me something to eat?
You can come back for more tomorrow.
Nothing there.
Psst. Hey, you. Come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy, too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool. I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts, and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct, and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Halt!
What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. And we got enough rabble in the city. We have no use for people without money.
I'm no better off myself.
That was quite obvious.
I've got a pass.
Really? And who you kill for that, you cutthroat?
Now, will you let me pass or not?
Well, go on in before I change my mind.
Halt, stranger. I am Lothar,
He doesn't see that.
paladin of the king and humble servant of Innos, your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
That doesn't surprise me.
I have an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
The Honorable Lord Hagen is not receiving anyone. Lord Andre, the commander of the city guard, is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
It can't go on like this forever.
That's really not my problem.
That's the first I've heard of it.
That was obvious all along.
I have come to get the Eye of Innos.
The Sacred Eye of Innos? How do you know about that?
It's a bad business.
You're not a member of the Order.
A magician told me about it.
I don't know what his motives were when he entrusted one of the secrets of our Order to you. But he certainly didn't mean for you to get your fingers on it.
But
I don't want to hear any more about it.
That's not what I heard.
So why won't they listen to me?
all right, explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the Honorable Paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens. Second, the town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the Paladins. Only the Paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it. And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia. Any questions?
How do I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town. But don't think that you'll be admitted to Lord Hagen just because you're a citizen of the town. As a citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing more. Only as a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
How do I get to the upper quarter?
Say, are you listening to me at all? You're not a citizen of this town. You can save yourself the trip. The guards won't let you in. The entire area behind the inner gate is off limits to you.
Where can I find the commander of the city guard?
Lord Andre can be found in the barracks at the other end of the city.
How do I get accepted into the militia?
By express command of Lord Hagen, only citizens of the town will be admitted into the militia.
I see.
If you want to know more, speak to Lord Andre in the barracks.
Where can I find work?
You'll have to apply as an apprentice to one of the masters here in the lower part of the city. As soon as a master accepts you, you are a citizen of the town. However, the other masters must agree to it. That's the custom here in Khorinis. If you were thinking about looking for work in the Harbor District, forget it. The scum of the city live there. Don't even go there. You would regret it.
I've got to go.
As long as you're in Khorinis, you can feel safe. The King's Paladins watch over this city now.
Hey, you, wait. You look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right? Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
No, you've got to be mistaken. Everything's fine with me.
Whatever you say, stranger. But if that happens to be your mug after all, and if you have some problems, keep them outside of this town. Things are difficult enough here as it is. And strangers who bring trouble into the city don't stay here long. I hope I make myself clear.
Better to watch out who you tell what.
Don't say you didn't.
Hey, I don't know you.
Why won't they listen?
What do you want here? Are you headed for the tavern? Nobody ever asks me.
You mustn't believe everything you hear. I'm in enough trouble as it is.
I could have told you that.
No, I'm not headed for the tavern.
Yeah, that's what I would have
Say you
said.
didn't know that.
But that isn't important, and that's why we can get straight down to business.
You already know what I think.
Since you're new here, I'll make you an offer.
That's the first
You
I've
give me
heard of it.
50 gold pieces, and you can go.
You don't have to ask me.
That's your entrance fee for the
I don't know what
tavern.
to believe anymore.
You don't have to ask me that. That's exactly what I said.
It can't go on like this forever.
Let's find out what the militia thinks of that.
Nobody ever asked me.
The militia isn't here. And you know why they aren't here? This here is the Harbor District front. None of the militia will pick a fight with me down here. At the most, they go to the Red Lantern. You see, it's just you and me.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Nobody ever asked for my opinion. That was quite obvious.
But I don't want to go to the tavern.
Some problem solved.
You know, sooner or later, everyone wants to go into the
Don't
tavern.
say you didn't know
So you
that.
can pay right now. Then you'll have it over with.
I've already thought as much. I hardly know what to believe.
Forget it. You won't get a single coin.
Anything's possible.
Then I'll take everything you have. As soon as you're lying on the ground in front of me.
I don't want to hear that. Anything's possible.
That was quite obvious. Don't show it now! Finish him! That hit the spot.
Gold. Okay, that's mine for starters. I think I'll take your weapon for safekeeping.
Nothing's ever gonna change. I have to feel sorry for the poor guy. That was quite obvious. That would be a problem. As if I didn't have enough, that will only cause more trouble. You really didn't deserve it. This is gonna change. I don't want to hear that. I don't have enough trouble. Nobody ever asked for my opinion. I must have believed everything here.
Do I have to show you again who's boss?
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Do you really think? As if I didn't have enough problems.
I'm not touching that. Who said that?
Hey, you! Where you going? No matter what your plans are, there'll be plenty of time later. You're right in front of the Pearl of Corinus, the Red Lantern. This is the most beautiful brothel in all of Myrtana, damn it. Sailors from the most remote corners of the world dock here just to spend a few nights in the Red Lantern. And now, it's you who has the chance, nay, the honor of spending a night with Nadia, the most passionate flower of the gods. Come on in, and you're going to experience what others cannot even dream of.
Who said that? I hardly know what to do. Really didn't deserve that.
Is it really true?
I couldn't get away with that.
Hey, you!
I don't believe this is going to change.
It had to happen sooner or later.
What are you paladins doing here in Corinus?
I am not authorized to tell you that.
His deeds were just.
That's no secret.
I hardly know what to believe.
You should really have known better.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Half of virtue is long and wrong.
I wouldn't be so sure.
That was no big deal.
I already thought as much.
No idea. You tell me.
I've my own opinion about that.
It had to happen sooner or later.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
That's no secret.
It was just like you said.
Chaos deals out fair punishment.
I've heard a thing or two.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
I already thought as much.
Nobody wants to know.
I wouldn't be so sure.
That was obvious all along.
And there's more. Believe me. Must decide which way.
I don't believe this is going to change.
That will never change.
Hey, you have no business up here. Only paladins and those of us in the militia have access here.
What's up here, then?
This is the provisions store of the Royal Guard of the Paladins. I am the provisions master here, and I'm responsible for seeing to it that none of the paladin stuff goes astray, and you're not wanted here. So keep your hands to yourself or I'll chop them off.
All the crates still there?
Don't touch anything or I'll call the watch. Got it?
Can you sell me any of the Paladin stuff?
You want to buy? Let's say that if you could compensate me for the trouble that will arise from the Paladin's things wandering off, then we might be able to do business.
Does that happen often? Things going astray?
As long as the provisions master says that everything is right, no.
I see. What do you have to offer?
Then pay attention.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Nobody wants to know.
Wrong people.
I don't believe.
I've got no time. I couldn't care less. Nobody wants to know.
I agree with you.
It can't go on like this forever.
I've got no time. Nothing's ever going to change this forever. I can't believe that. That's exactly what I said. That'll only cause more trouble.
What's up?
Hardly know who to believe these days. Nobody ever asks for my opinion. You listen to the wrong people. That's the first I've heard from you. Hardly know who to believe. It's quite obvious. There've been all kinds of rumors.
I must be crazy. What are you doing here?
That's exactly what I said, my opinion.
Hey, Larish, you old scoundrel, how did you get here?
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
Lee?
You've been through a lot, huh? Lee was leader of the mercenaries in the new camp. I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of Onar, the landowner. He made a deal with the farmers. He and his boys defend the farm, and Onar feeds them in return.
I must talk to the Paladins by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
I'll find a way somehow.
Sure. If you want to ingratiate yourself with the citizens or play errand boy for the militia.
Nothing's ever going to change. As if I picked out then.
Do you know why the Paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
I can't believe that.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
Better to watch out. Get sued out. Anything really didn't deserve that. I wouldn't have done that as much.
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
It can't go on like this forever to me.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
He should have known as much.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
Nothing's ever gonna change.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here. But that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
Okay, let's go.
I cannot leave here until we know more about the missing people, or someone else takes over my duties.
Some problem solved for my opinion. You said that would be a problem. Do you really think they can see? I wouldn't have liked that they listened to me. I've got my own opinion about that. They can't not touch forever.
You know your way about the harbor, don't you?
Sure thing. Why?
Go on like this forever. I don't want to hear that.
Why don't I see any militia?
They don't dare come in here. We take care of things ourselves.
Who said that? A thing or two. I don't think that would be a problem. Glad you picked that up then.
How's it going?
How much do you want?
What's the matter?
What do you mean, how much?
I'm the moneylender, and you came to me. What could you want from me? Money, of course.